For the teams of the Southeastern Conference, Atlanta, Georgia is always on their mind. For them, this is Titletown. And today, the eyes of the college football world will be on the Georgia Dome as the Silver Anniversary SEC Championship game is celebrated and decided. The conference first played football in 1933, and that inaugural season kicked off with a simple goal, but a grand vision to become the measuring stick for all of college football. For the next 6 decades, from a foundation of grit and unrivaled passion, propelled by legendary players and iconic coaches, the SEC raised the bar for gridiron excellence. Victory is in the SEC's DNA. Resting on laurels is not. So in 1992, the league ignited a revolution. The first football conference championship game. It was the brainchild of Commissioner Roy Kramer, and it changed the sport forever.
The Southeastern Conference Championship game, matching Alabama and Florida.
The inaugural title game saw the old guard Crimson Tide of Alabama matched against the new wave Florida Gators. The Tide rolled to victory that historic day, but then the Gators devoured the league for most of the next decade. Now, a quarter of a century later, the past is a prologue to another duel between storied rivals. Bama, led by an old-school coach who embraces the process and the currents of innovation as he chases history. Florida, once more the upstart, looking to stem the tide. But this time, they're the team with the throwback approach. Surely it's only fitting that against this grand 25th anniversary backdrop, Alabama and Florida meet yet again for the championship of the SEC.
It's the SEC Championship game on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. Out of the West, top-ranked Alabama, undefeated for the year. Out of the East, the Gators of Florida, 8-3, as these two teams meet once again in the 25th SEC Championship game. It all began in 1992. Hi, everybody. Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson. We are here for the final time. I'm going to get through this. I promise you that. What are you looking for in this one?
Well, you know, it's a big mismatch. At least everybody says that. But as a player, I got to say, you know, I played in tons of games. A big underdog. I never went into a game thinking I was going to lose a game. I also was wrong a lot in a lot of games. But I've broadcasted one of these before. Oklahoma in 2003 in a Big 12 championship was supposed to be an unbeatable team. Kansas State knocked them off. There's no unbeatable team in college football.
Well, Alabama has been on top all year long, undefeated. What do they bring to this dance that makes them so optimistically the favorite?
You got it. They just got greatness wherever you look. I mean, you can just close your eyes, pick out a player, and grab a star. Whether it's a defensive lineman, a wide receiver, Calvin Ridley, or Darius Stewart, Jonathan Allen, they are mismatches all over the field, and they can take advantage of any weakness you have. But you know, the surprise of the team, we've talked about it all year, it's just amazing to come into this game a year ago. Jalen Hurts was watching this game on TV. He comes and he's the starting quarterback for a defending national championship. Quite a feat.
I remember that K-State-Oklahoma game. You were there. We were right here. Now, Florida's a prohibitive underdog. Is there a path for them to win this?
Well, they've got some stars, too. They've got a legitimate defense, and I think their stars have to come through. They're playmakers. Jalen Tebow will make plays. He's confident. He loves to be on that island. And the other guy on the other side, Quincy Wilson, is just a half notch below. Two guys that allow the Florida defense to lock that box with 8 guys, but they've got their leader back. Jared Davis is the guy who calls the signals. Not only does he improve his spot, but he makes everybody else on that defense better. That's the path that Florida defense has to make it a tight football game.
Nick Saban with Allie LaForce.
Coach, your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, continues to rise to the occasion, and now he faces one of the best defenses in the country. What's the biggest challenge this Florida defense poses for your team?
Well, you know, they just got really good players. They got good players up front. They have really good linebackers. They got great team speed on defense. They can cover in the secondary. So everybody's going to have to do their job and execute, play well for the quarterback, and he's going to have to make good decisions and play well himself.
Your defense hasn't allowed an offensive touchdown in over a month. How can they continue that dominance today?
Well, I think we got to win on the line of scrimmage, not give up explosive plays. Everybody's got to do their job and got to play together as a group.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Vern, I think Nick has been worried all week about would Alabama's team be ready for the game. I think last year's game and the way Florida handled it so strongly with their defense helps his team focus on this football game.
Well, in his second year as the head coach at Florida, moments ago, Jim McElwain, again with Allie LaForce.
Coach, we've seen defenses force Jalen Hurts into turnovers early in games all season long. How can your defense take him out of his comfort zone early in this game?
Well, big thing we got to do is we got to keep him in the pocket. When we get someone there, we've got to be everybody get around the ball, and that's what it's got to be.
Last year's SEC championship game against Alabama didn't end the way you would have liked it. Why will this year be different?
You know what? These guys got it figured out. They've been here. They know what to do. They're excited to be here. And you know what? They know that there's not a better place to be on the first weekend of December than in Atlanta.
You always have that great perspective. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Good luck.
Alabama won the toss, deferred, so Florida will get the ball to open the game. Series tied at 4-4. These two teams played in the first 2 games, Legion Field in Birmingham. They also played in 2008 and 2009, and here they are again, back-to-back meetings, and this one bounces at the 15 and is returned all the way out to the 35. It's Mark Thompson. Took it on one hop. And let's introduce you to the Dr. Pepper starting lineups, beginning with the quarterback. Here's Austin Appleby.
Well, you go from Purdue to the biggest stage there is in football. I think Austin Appleby cannot wait to play this football game. He's been in college football for 6 years, waiting for a game like this. It's as tough as can be, but what the heck? Nobody said it would be easy.
Graduate transfer from Purdue. Callaway in motion, sets up behind Appleby. And off. Oh boy, welcome to Reuben Foster and Minkah Fitzpatrick.
When this play started out, it looked and appeared pretty sure that they'd get the corner. And then Minkah Fitzpatrick hits it head on, and Reuben Foster dodges. There was nowhere for the back to go on the play.
Jordan Scarlett. Now we've got Scarlett in the backfield, 3 wides to the right and 1 to the left. Defenders lay off on this near side. They'll try Scarlett, nothing. Deron Payne. Let's introduce you to the remainder of the Gator offense. It is a patchwork offensive line with Harkless at left guard and Jordan at right guard, a freshman and a sophomore. We will keep our eye on how well they do. Alabama defense, about as good as it gets in college football. Tony Brown, ejected last week for targeting, sat out the second half, so he is back. He is the nickelback now as Minkah Fitzpatrick moved over to strong safety to replace the injured All-American Eddie Jackson. 3rd and 13. 3 down. Actually only 2. They bring 3. Here comes Tim Williams. The pass is caught. Callaway at the 50. And give you a little life.
Well, the best news for this Florida team is that the quarterback had time to throw. Just a three-man rush. Very surprised by that first call. It allowed Appleby to double pump, and then Callaway, wasn't a perfect throw, but good enough.
Delayed pressure, Ronnie Harrison. But it's caught. Brandon Powell again. Appleby with a terrific job of standing up.
Yeah, well-designed play. As you look at Ronnie Harrison here, the blitzing safety linebacker, he plays in the linebacker position. They sneak him out of the backfield right here. Watch this. Nobody there for Alabama. And again, remember Alabama, now with the injuries, they're forced to play more new people. And as Harrison jumps, he actually runs into his own guy. Yeah.
Appleby, first down 10, third down conversions. 2 wide to the left, 2 in the right. Four-man rush this time. Right side, Appleby on the mark again. That's DeAndre Goolsby, tight end number 30, with his 30th catch of the year.
I think those first couple running plays that were stopped so significantly by Alabama has forced Doug Nussmeier to say, we need to try to move the ball with the pass first, and maybe we can come back to the run later.
Second down 6.
Wildcat.
Yep. Nope, up under center.
Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. Saw the shift.
Jordan Scarlett.
I'm so used to shotgun nowadays. When the quarterback goes under center, I can't find him.
Especially when the orange uniforms don't make it easy. Yeah,
it is tough sledding. You know, if you can scratch out, 75 yards rushing against this team in a game, you're going to think it's a big win.
They are averaging, the defense that is, yielding 69 yards per game. That by far is number 1 in the country. Third down 6. Florida is 2 of 2 on third down conversions. They'll spread them out again. Goolsby comes in tight now. Blitz threatened, blitz coming. Appleby, good protection, deep, man open, caught, spin move. It's Antonio Callaway.
You cannot have any better news than this for Florida. Watch them handle the cross blitz perfectly. Look at that pocket. To have time like that against this Alabama pass rush that brought 5 that time. Remember, LSU sacked Florida 7 times in that football game.
First and goal. Not allowed a touchdown since they played A&M. Play action. Appleby caught. Antonio Callaway, Florida takes the lead. That is the first touchdown allowed since the game against Texas A&M by Alabama.
Well, Appleby has been tremendous. Antonio Callaway showed the type of athlete he is. But I think the story of this first drive is that maligned, replaced, injured offensive line. What a start for those guys.
Eddie Pinheiro will attempt the extra point. He's perfect on the year, 27 of 27. Johnny Townsend is the holder. 64 yards, 10 plays. Appleby 6 of 7 en route to the touchdown. Antonio Callaway with 3 catches, 46 yards, touchdown on first and goal. What a start. Just a dream-like start for the Florida Gators. Eddie Pinheiro will kick off. Ardarius Stewart is one of the 2 deep men, and Gary Dieter. So you've got 13 and 11 back, and this one will go deep through the end zone. O.J. Howard sets up to the left side. Fumble. That's 6 fumbles this year by the freshman quarterback.
You could see him signal that the ball was to his right on the snap. He expected it right at the numbers, just off a bit, took his eyes off it. He was probably going to hand that ball to Stewart on the play. And another little miscue. Remember how badly Alabama started last week's game in the first half.
Right side out of the backfield, Joshua Jacobs. And let's introduce you to the Dr. Pepper starting lineups. We begin with the freshman quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Had a brilliant freshman season, but turnovers have been a problem. Not only fumbling, but he's also thrown 9 interceptions. Under 9 to go, opening quarter, 3rd down, 14.
How safe do they protect their quarterback?
Being chased, tries to get around the corner, caught and dropped. Marcel Harris, number 26.
You have to believe that Gator defense getting extra juice. They've actually saw their offense score some points.
That brings on J.K. Scott, 48-yard average this year. Antonio Callaway, who in his career has a couple of touchdowns on punt returns. He's been average on his number of yards gained with the punt return, but
yeah,
boy, he
had one last year in this game for a touchdown.
Yes, he did. Callaway, here's J.K. Scott. High, not terribly deep, and it bounces out of bounds. Here's Callaway. Terrific start for him this afternoon. Play action. Whoop, watch out. Intercepted. Picked off at the 47 by Sean Dion Hamilton. Lateral. Hamilton. Nope. Ryan Anderson was coming after him.
Sometimes early success can give you confidence to try something you should not do. It's 1st down. They're trying to get the boot out here. It's covered well in the flat. If you don't have it, throw it away on 1st down. Just get rid of it. Covered in the flat, and then Appleby tries to make a hero throw. Hero throws are tough against this defense. There's so many great athletes. Actually, when Hamilton gets it, I thought he might score.
Yeah.
And Appleby had success early, and he got brave.
40-yard return off the pick. 3 to the wide left. Jalen Hurts is caught and dropped. Chauncey Gardner with the tackle, number 23. The Alabama Verizon Red Zone offense, 60%, just under the national average. They've been here a lot.
One of the guys that Florida's really counting on to have a game is Chauncey Gardner. He's playing for Marcus May. They're really, I think, maybe one of the best safeties in all of college football, not playing in this game.
Second and 11. Hurts lobs it left side over the head of Calvin Ridley.
Well, same move that Antonio Callaway tried to do. You can get open early or you can get open late. And Ridley tried to make a few moves to Quincy Wilson at the line of scrimmage, and that threw off the timing with Jalen Hurts and made it an overthrow.
3rd down, 11. Trailing by 7. Alabama. Hurts. Ardarius Stewart is top of the screen.
No safety in the middle of the field. Oh, nice disguise. Now they sneak back.
Hurts fires it incomplete. 4th down. Joey Ivy with the pressure that time, number 91.
Keep your camera on Jared Davis when he goes to the bench. If there's another blackboard, he may break another one. To get a stop here after the turnover. Great defense on every play and forces a poor throw.
That brings on Adam Griffith on the right hash mark. Griffith for the season is 17 of 23.
And O.J. Howard is lined up right there. So, you know, there's a lot of people on the field that can handle the ball.
Yep. Knocks it through. And after the 40-yard interception off the arm of Appleby gave Alabama terrific field position, they have to settle for 3. Florida gets the ball when we return. 6:58 to go, opening quarter, 7-3 Florida. They went 64 yards on their opening possession. Austin Appleby 6 of 7 on that drive. He then turned around and threw a 40-yard pick.
Yeah. You start feeling like, you know, you're an all-pro quarterback back there. And it also took great field position away from that Florida football team that they had earned so well with their defensive stand.
Appleby with time. Intercepted again. This is Minkah Fitzpatrick at the 20. Fitzpatrick, he will score! That is the 10th defensive touchdown this year. It's the second pick for TD by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
This is a tough one for Austin Appleby. Not bad protection. A very poor throw again. It's going to go right here. Crossing route into the inside. And he just doesn't hit his target. Nobody in his way. He throws that ball about 4 to 5 yards behind the receiver. Now, I guess there could be a miscommunication. Receiver's supposed to hook. But that's as bad as you can do. You give Alabama a touchdown. We've seen this all year. Cannot give Alabama knots, right?
No. N-O-T-S. See Appleby chatting with the injured linebacker, Alex Anzalone. 2 picks, last 2 possessions. Adam Griffith kicks it deep, quite deep. Touchback. First down 10. Try it on the ground again. LaMichael Pirine. Try the sweep to the left. Ouch. Jordan Scarlett. Dalvin Tomlinson, number 54. And a little conversation, helmet-to-helmet meeting there. 3rd and 20. See what Jeremy Pruitt dials up defensively here, or probably more appropriately, Nick Saban.
Well, I think Nick will let him have this 3rd and 20.
Okay. Two minutes to go, first quarter. 10-7, Alabama.
Ooh, that was close.
Yes, it was. Brandon Powell, under extreme pressure, they threw it away. 4th down.
That snap almost hit Brandon Powell as he was going in motion.
Tim Williams, Rashawn Evans got in there to mess it up.
Just as that ball, look how close.
Oh.
Man, they want to create problems with the motion, but I don't think anybody wants it that close. And inside, Florida was lucky they didn't get called with a holding play call on that offensive line. Just a toss away by Appleby.
Johnny Townsend on to punt. And Trayvon Diggs. Whoa! Got it! Got it! Touchdown, Alabama! Josh Jacobs. Make it Derek Gore with the block.
You got it. Good eye from the booth. Derek Gore, number 27, comes off the edge. It makes the play. We had a blocked punt last year that resulted in a safety for Alabama. They do about the same look. Instead of it being Minkah Fitzpatrick, it's Derek Gore.
That is a special teams touchdown. And Griffith, that's blocked. You can return this. He's got help. He's got more help. He's got a convoy. No flag on that play. How about that? David Reese, the linebacker, heads into the tunnel. It was blocked by Jabari Zuniga. Well, we've had a little bit of everything early on here.
Absolutely. Let's start with the blocked extra point. Right through the middle. What a breakdown for the Alabama football team. Zuniga makes himself skinny and gets in there and almost took it right off the tee.
Well, this all started here.
There's Gore coming
Gore
from
with the block. Yep.
From the right side of the punter, the left side for the Alabama defense. And again, the Florida defense is saying, just let us handle it. We'll be fine if we can just play defense. 17-7 is a lot different than 16-9. A 7-point game instead of a 10-point game. That is a huge play.
This will be returned at the 10. Out to the 25. Chris Thompson, number 85. And let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern and Gary, Adam Griffith snuck into the tent pretty quickly, but I did see him holding his shoulder. It appears that he had a shoulder injury. They're checking it out in the tent now, and as soon as I know more, I'll let you know.
Second down here. Thank you, Allie. 16-9. That's Powell in motion again. Appleby keeps it and falls short of the first down. Ronnie Harris with the tackle.
Well, that's the great skills of the Alabama football team. Looks like a big play. Ronnie Harrison comes up and says, all right, you fooled us. You gained 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and short.
Final 45 seconds, first quarter. Florida jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Alabama got a field goal to make it 7-3. There's the snap. They'll test the middle, and they will not get the first down. How's that for gang tackle? Deshaun Hand. End of the first. Surprising score, 16-9. We'll return to Atlanta with this message and a word from your local station. Well, impressions so far.
Well, I was anticipating that I would say such great news for Florida. Their offensive line is blocking. Appleby got started. They score a touchdown. Their defense gets 3 and outs. And then that Alabama special teams and defense that has been such a big part of the team has basically taken over the game. And now you wonder, you know, for Alabama, they just catch their second win now. It's a scary time for the Florida football team.
When's the last time you saw an Alabama team minus 7 yards on offense and 16 points? Nothing to it.
No. They struggled early against Ole Miss when they fell behind, but they have so many different ways of scoring.
This is a beautiful punt by Johnny Townsend. Fair catch called at the 11 by Trayvon Diggs. Jacobs unsure exactly where he was to line up. Here comes the jet sweep. They go back to the left side. There's Cam Robinson with a block. This is Calvin Ridley. Foot race. Back to the left. Down. 1st and goal. Marcel Harris caught up to him.
What a beautifully designed play. Timed out so well. Great patience to really get Florida to bite. Watch all the movement here a little bit, and then a throwback. Cam Robinson gets a block, and then Calvin Ridley shows in space. Very tough to handle him.
Up the middle, Jacobs. Down to the 4.
No doubt, Lane Kiffin's signature on offense is keeping the defense off balance by forcing them to defend the 53-yard wide field. It's the biggest impact he's had on this Alabama offense in his 3 years.
On second and goal. Right it. Fly it. Caught and dropped at the 6.
I hoped you watched the pregame show because Rick Neuheisel drew up this RPO. That's exactly what it was. The quarterback had the option of either handing the ball off to the running back or hitting the guy in the flat. This time Jalen Hurts says he's going to throw it. Should have handed it off. Lane is going, bad read.
Oh, dear. We've seen that gesture before.
Should have handed the ball off. He had him.
Yeah. Third and goal. Bo Scarborough, who has become a load at running back. Hurts still has it. Being chased. Fires it. Caught. Touchdown. Garrick Dieter. Graduate transfer from Bowling Green.
2 weeks ago, Garrick Dieter had a great line of stats. He caught 3 passes for 1 yard and 2 touchdowns. I guess he gets the ball near the goal line.
Adam Griffith is on the field to try the extra point. Dieter with 94 catches last year. His last year at Bowling Green.
Alabama served notice. They're ready to play offense 2.
That is allowed to go through the end zone. There's Ridley. Came into the game with 63 catches for the year. He's got 3 in this ball game. Just under 12 to go first half.
The Florida defense needs a little rest here. A couple first downs.
Right side, connected. Brandon Powell. Another running play that garners not much. Scarlett was a ball carrier.
Speaking of number 1, this incredible run by Nick Saban building this team, and at some point in every year, his team had been ranked number 1. I don't know if this will ever be duplicated.
Of course, his first year here, or rather in Tuscaloosa, was in 2007. And among the lowlights that year, they were defeated at home by Louisiana Monroe. They haven't looked back much since the second season. Callaway goes right and is introduced to Anthony Averett.
Anthony Averett did a great job. He took on the blocker with his hands. He was patient on the edge. He knows he's got Callaway coming at him. He holds, and then he bounces out and makes the tackle. Great defense.
So Johnny Townsend is back on the field. His last time out was a 55-yard punt. Trayvon Diggs is back. Second punt now for Johnny Townsend. And Diggs all the way back to the 10-yard line. Looks for blocking help. He's got it. Trayvon Diggs, watch out, Dietrich. There was a block in the back and no flag thrown.
It's another true freshman. Brother of Stephon, who plays for the Minnesota Vikings, waiting his turn to be another star here at Alabama. A deep punt allowed Diggs to get in the open field, and then from there you saw his great skills. It was Garrick Dieter that had the block in the back, but they did not call it.
47-yard return. First down 10. They hand it to Scarborough. Stiff arm. All the way down to the 20. He's going to be ruled out of bounds at the 21.
Bo Scarborough came into the second half of last week's game and gave that power look to this Alabama offense. Kind of reminds me of the guys in the past that used to run that tailback position.
Little toss to Scarborough. He tries to cut back and cannot. That's a loss on the play on first down and goal. Chauncey Gardner, the second man through. Alabama's red zone, one of 2 trips today. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal.
Good substitution by Florida. Alabama substitutes. You see the official holding over the ball. Allows Florida to bring in 4 fresh bodies on the defensive line.
Joshua Jacobs is a running back now. Hurts. Incomplete. Intended for Jacobs. Jared Davis was defending and defending well. See him throw his hands up. I didn't touch him.
Davis had the play stopped early, and he had the play stopped late. The ball, he was covered in the flat, and when Jacobs turned up, he had him covered deep. Great defense.
Damian Harris is a very late add, and Joshua Jacobs comes off the field. Here's Harris, number 34. Calvin Ridley, as he usually is wide to the left. Hurts looking left all the way, drills it. Incomplete for Gary Dieter. And it'll be 4th down.
Safety from the opposite side almost made this play. Hurts fires it as hard as he can, but Chauncey Gardner comes across from the left side. The quarterback's right, and he comes all the way to the left side to just get his fingers on that ball.
Chauncey Gardner, that was a case of being there.
He was being there at the right time, at the right spot.
That's a groaner. Griffith, 25-yard field goal attempt.
That was bad too.
Yeah.
I tell you, he's psyched. It happened in warm-ups. When your kicker changes a shoe 3 times and then gets his extra point blocked, you know it's in his head.
Another line drive.
Yes. Never comfortable with that plant foot on that one. He was not comfortable.
Well, this beautiful view as nighttime sets in of downtown Atlanta. This gorgeous city has 3 skylines, one downtown, one in what is called Midtown, and the other, 10 minutes north, Buckhead. We've enjoyed for the last 8 years spending all of the football season here in Atlanta. Time to pack up and go back to Steamboat. Yeah. Chris Thompson, nice return. Halftime. Well, on your right, Appleby hit his first 6 of 7, and Jalen Hurts only 6 of 14.
Well, let's see if Timmy Williams or Ryan Anderson can put some pressure from the outside this time.
What a spin move on this near side. Pass is intercepted. Tony Brown. That's 3 picks.
Tony Brown is matched up inside right there. So many times in and out of the doghouse for Alabama, but he's a 5-star football player, and you can see when the ball's in the air, what Nick Saban loves about his DBs. I want guys that can handle the ball. That's what I look for first.
So Brown with the interception, and Alabama takes over at their own 38-yard line.
That's a 50-50 ball that Florida is willing to live with. You know, they want an incompletion there. They don't obviously want an interception, but those are the ones they want to throw up and try to win.
Jacobs to the 50-yard line. First down. Kylan Johnson with the tackle, a gain of 12.
Split zone play, meaning the tight end goes one way, the back goes the other way. You read it. Everybody's just blocking a step to the air. You just find an opening. Same play.
Slip. Jacobs. And he got 3 after almost going down in the backfield. Jalen Tabor, number 31. Appleby on the bench.
See O.J. Howard, number 88, go over there and line up. Such a great weapon. Nothing tonight
No.
for a pass, but he's been blocking. Let's see if he gets involved here.
Stewart right, Ridley left. Double tight end. And here goes Stewart. They fake the sweep. Hurts back. Goes for the shorter man. How about that? Nice call, Mr. Danielson.
Well, the other day, Vern, I was coming down the elevator with a couple of Alabama fans, and they said, "Hold tight." I said, "Okay." And then they also said, "Be nice to us." And I say, "How about if I say throw the ball to O.J. Howard?" They go, "Say it."
Little flip. O.J. Howard. That could be a first and goal.
That's the play again off of the split zone. They've been running it early. This time, Jalen Hurts keeps it. O.J. Howard was coming across and blocking on 2 previous plays. This time he slips into the flat for the completion.
Jacobs. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
How about that drive?
Josh Jacobs, a freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So the drive before, they hammered him with Bo Scarborough. This time they brought in Damian Harris for the zone. Then they hit O.J. Howard. Calvin Ridley and Ardarius Stewart are great players. They've been quiet.
Yeah. Hale Henschkes, the backup tight end, was one of the blockers then. And so also was Cam Robinson. Jacobs for 6. Alabama is rolling. I said I was going to date myself. He was the innovator of the geodesic dome. Chris Thompson. Nope. LaMichael Pirine in the Wildcat. Gee whiz. Tim Williams, number 56, the first man there. Minka Fitzpatrick was also adding his talents. Reuben Foster.
These guys here just get their hands on the offensive linemen. Look how open the linebackers. Hamilton is, and on the edge, Williams is. Nobody get to him. The inside defensive tackle eat up blocks and allows those linebackers to run and make plays.
Second down, 11. They had 15 yards last year. Brandon Powell again in motion. Appleby back. Here comes Tim Williams. That catch is made by Callaway.
Great throw. Right over the top of Reuben Foster. It's not easy. There's options there, but you have to be willing to take chances. Look at this throw. Just over the outreach hand of Reuben Foster. On that play, Jeremy Pruitt will tip his hat and say, hey, if you can make that throw, you're going to complete the pass.
1:38 to go before the break. First down 10. Second consecutive conversion in this drive. Appleby back into the flat, caught, but not for much. Jordan Cronkrite and Reuben Foster flew out, tackled him almost immediately. Well, one of the best defenses, certainly in the country this year, but look at this. First in points per game, first in rushing yards per game, total yards per game. Total yards thus far for Florida. 140, 135 has come through the air. From left, got it. Goolsby again. Oh, nice little move. And Tony Brown makes the tackle, but they get the ball all the way to the 37-yard line. Half a minute. Appleby far. Oh, he's got a man wide open. DeAndre Goolsby, touchdown, Florida. 25 yards. Gators now with 15 points.
Well, it was Reuben Foster. It was matched up against the H-back, and they do the wheel route out and up. Reuben Foster bites a little too much, puts his eyes in the backfield, does not have the eye discipline, and gets beat for the touchdown.
A 92-yard drive. Goolsby now with 4 catches. Eddie Pinheiro, who almost went to Alabama. He did commit at one point and got an in-home visit, and Jim McElwain talked him into coming. (33-16). Now it's time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Jim McElwain.
Coach, after the first half took a turn for the worse. How huge was that last touchdown drive for the confidence of this team?
I'm telling you, that was big. And, you know, we'd been doing some pretty darn good things, shooting ourselves. Obviously, special teams, you know, it shows where your depth is a little bit. We're getting beat up there. We got to shore that piece up, come out and get a stop right here at half, and then see what happens.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Allie, thank you. I see the lights are on at our set over on the far side. End of the first half with Alabama leading. We'll be back with a Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway after this message from your local station. And we welcome you back to the Georgia Dome in downtown Atlanta, where the Crimson Tide, top-ranked, lead Florida 33-16. What must they do, Florida, that is?
I don't think they have one path. I mean, they have to continue to throw the ball. I think they realize they can't run it. I think a year ago, Jim McElwain came in here and played a little more conservative. You know, with Treon Harris, he didn't believe he could throw it. This year, he says, I'm going to try more stuff. I'm going to give it a bigger go at it. You know, without the, non-offensive touchdowns, they'd be in the game, but that's part of the game, too.
Well, they started with such promise. That opening drive, 64 yards, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I think that's really what really got that false confidence in Austin Appleby. I know that feeling. You feel like you've got it all going for you. It's your day. I've got it. I'm going to lead it. And then all of a sudden it spins really fast.
Let's go down to Allie, who's with Nick Saban.
Coach, after a first half where we saw the offense, the defense, and the special team score, what did you focus on with your team at the half?
Well, I think we got to play a 60-minute game here. You know, we didn't play great in the first half. We didn't play with a lot of consistency. We got to do a better job of covering on defense. Got to do a better job of adjusting. Got to control the line of scrimmage a little bit better on offense so we can keep the ball some. But, this is a game, man. We got to keep on keeping on.
We saw Sean Dion Hamilton suffer what appeared to be a knee injury. What's the update on his status?
I don't really know the status. He's out for the game.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Gary Dieter is the other man back, number 11. And Eddie Pinheiro will kick off. Touchback. That is a decent record when leading at the half for Saban. Here's Hurts. Ridley.
Been better to just toss that one away.
Yeah. Kylan Johnson with the tackle. Coached by his father at Channelview. That's a suburb of Houston. Enrolled in January of 16. And he played the role of Deshaun Watson on the scout team. He is the first true freshman to start in an SEC championship game. The last true freshman to lead his team to a national title was Jamel Holloway at Oklahoma in the mid-'80s. Here is Damian Harris.
Well, you mentioned Houston, and that just reminds Alabama fans that the name that is prominent for that job is three-year offensive coordinator Lane Kiffin. The word is that he will go talk to them. I did talk to him before the game, and Lane's getting good at this. He did not deny it. So I take that as a yes.
I would think so, yeah.
That puts an interesting dynamic as Alabama enters this playoff run.
Tom Herman, of course, resigned and accepted the job at the University of Texas. 3rd down and 10.
Used to be a screen down. Is it anymore? Nope.
4th down. So Jim McElwain told Allie at the end of the first half, first we've got to get a stop.
Right. Then we have to tackle better. Then we have to control the line of scrimmage. We have to catch the ball better. We're not covering well. He just about covered everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just keeps talking.
He did. J.K. Scott is on the punt. Antonio Callaway, ever dangerous at the 30-yard line. This is only the 2nd punt for J.K. Scott. Now a junior from Denver.
Coming after him.
The up back almost got knocked into Scott.
And another angle punt. And I saw Nick Saban congratulate him last time he did this. He does not want Callaway to put points on the board.
Time call. Callaway lines up behind Austin Appleby. Fires it inside. He's got a man out to the 38. Josh Hammond with a catch.
Well, Reuben Foster ran it down, but a successful first down play. Get it started. Reuben reads it about as quick as anybody at middle linebacker. He's an All-American middle linebacker, first-round draft pick. Again, I read that the new projected draft, 6 first-round draft choices from this Alabama football team.
2nd and 6. Well, they did break the first tackle.
Yeah, Deron Payne this time, number 94, is the guy that just wins inside. Roger right there. Takes on Ivy, throws him away, and makes the tackle. What a play. Little help from his guys, but it was his play that time.
So it becomes complicated now for Florida. 3rd and 14. Appleby has been intercepted 3 times after only 2 interceptions in the regular season. Here comes the pressure. There goes Appleby. Fires it. Caught. DeAndre Goolsby.
Wow.
And did he get the first down? Yes.
Jeremy Pruitt dialed up the blitz. A corner blitz that time. Picked up nicely by Florida. Appleby gets out and Goolsby makes a first down. How about that? Another one. That's 6 for 11 on 3rd down.
And so a fresh series at the 45-yard line, trailing 33-16. Everybody in tight this time. Blitz. Appleby chased. Got him. LaMichael Pirine down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be 1st and goal. Ronnie Harrison made the tackle.
Well, remember the throwback screen that Alabama ran? Well, McElwain and Nussmeier got one just like it. Throwback to the running back, and Ronnie Harrison gets him, but what a big play that was for this Florida offense.
At the 2, 1st and goal. .9:05 to go. Give it off to Scarlett. Not much.
Well, if you're Doug Nussmeier, you now have to think that on second down, this could be your passing down.
Well, we're getting information that Antonio Callaway might be in the locker room, potentially with a hamstring injury. He is not on the field as best we can tell. Second and goal. Cronkrite is the running back. Handoff Powell. They come right. He reached for it. It's in the end zone. It's not picked up. It is recovered.
Oh my goodness.
Is that a touchdown?
I think it's going to be.
I do too. Josh
The player
Hammond.
was down before he broke the play, and it's third down and goal.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Wow. Brandon Powell was fighting for the touchdown. Did his knee go down? Yes, it did. The ball was down.
Yes, it did.
The fumble was not even a fumble as he goes down, and it was whistled 6 inches short of the touchdown.
There it is. Here we go. Third and goal. Scarlett is the running back. They give it to Scarlett. Boom! Rashawn Evans.
Boy, he hit that hole as fast as you can do it. Watch him hit this 32 right side. Bang! Oh my, the acceleration. Watch him accelerate right there. Hits him right in the chest.
Florida will go for it.
I agree with this call, 100%. You can't take a field goal here.
Play action. He's being chased. Lets it go in the end zone. Did he get it? No, he did not. Dalvin Tomlinson was chasing Appleby.
Have to do it. You have to throw it too. And on fourth down, I'm wondering if this wasn't supposed to be a pop pass to the left side of this formation. Goolsby had a chance, but he came down out of bounds. I think Fitzpatrick is the guy that frees the ball, but he would have come out of bounds anyway. I think it was going the other direction on the play.
Alabama, goal line stand. They've got the football. We are back, Mr. Danielson.
Yeah, third down, fourth down. I don't mind going for it on third down. Rashawn Evans stones it. Have to go for it. It was going to be a throwback to the tight end, Seontae Lewis. David Sharp blocks out the tight end. Seontae Lewis falls down on the play. When he falls down, there's nothing Appleby can do but to get rid of it and just try on fourth down. And third down, no big deal, you throw it away. But on fourth down, you got to try for the touchdown.
And so from the 2, Alabama's offense, first down 10. They give it to Damian Harris. How about that for a burst at left guard? Quincy Wilson.
Well, there's a lot of talk always on that Alabama sideline. Nick Saban gets involved in the flow of the game with Lane Kiffin. If he feels it's too much of finesse, too much of the outside, he'll say, run the ball up the middle, power. And then they'll start doing it.
Left side, Harris. Oh, what a little stutter step. He hesitated and moved to his right. And a big, big gain. That's 23 yards.
You know what works so well, though, is both of them are really right. Lane Kiffin is telling Nick throughout the game that my wide perimeter game is softening them up for the power game. Then Nick says, give him the power game. Lane kind of fights a little bit, but it works. It's a good partnership.
Hurts. Steps up. Oh, he's got a man wide open. It's our Darius Stewart. What a big play. Jalen Hurts. Wasn't the best throw, but catchable.
Well, it was sold by a great route inside, bend out, and then come in. Watch him bend out right now and then get the safety to bite. That's all he needed. and makes the catch. Slightly behind, as Vern told you, but what a pass route.
Here's Harris again. Little spin move as contact was made.
It's a zone route. All the receivers know it. You stretch the zone by faking like you're going to go to the corner, and you open up that throwing lane for the quarterback. Perfect route by Darius Stewart.
And a 31-yard gain on that pass play. Now O.J. Howard sets up to the left side. Bo Scarborough is the running back. It's 2nd down and 2 as Alabama has moved from its own 2-yard line after a goal line stand. Scarborough, watch him rumble. Boom. 1st and goal. Robinson and Pierschbaker.
Well, I'll tell you, if that doesn't remind you of Eddie Lacy when we were here in 2012, big man coming around the left side, and you got DBs going for it and saying, I'm going low on this big man.
Left side. Touchdown. Bo Scarborough, Crimson Tide. That's your basic 98-yard drive following 4 plays by Florida from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, an 8-play drive, 1 pass, right down the middle. Nick Saban said, or Lane Kiffin, whatever, doesn't matter. I want more power. When we throw, we'll throw it deep, and we'll play what I used to remember as Alabama football.
Adam Griffith has had a tough day, had an extra point blocked earlier. This one is nailed.
Well, just think about this for if you're Florida. You had 1st and goal at the 3. You get nothing. Alabama had 3rd and 19. And 3 plays later, Alabama puts 7 points on the board.
Let the big guy run. Touchdown for Scarborough.
Everybody loves you here.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary. Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson. Fumble. Who came away with it? There's still a scrum.
I think it was Trayvon Diggs, number 7, that got the big hit that produced the fumble. And Garrick Dieter, I thought he had it. I assume that was Garrick Dieter right there. He plays a lot of special teams. But it was Diggs who got the hit. Dieter has the ball pop right to him. An interesting thing about Garrick Dieter, as Vern told you, catching all those passes last year at Bowling Green, he basically came to Alabama this year to prove he could play special teams, to give an impression to the NFL scouts.
Fascinating. Tony Brown follows Powell, and Powell drops it. Powell has caught 9, but those 9 have gone only for 59 yards. Second down, 10. Getting late in the 3rd quarter, 40-16. Callaway's back in the lineup. Little hitch to the left side. Minka Fitzpatrick with the tackle. Allie?
Vern, even though you're not on Twitter yourself, Twitter is blowing up with messages, and congratulations to you on the incredible career in the SEC that you have had. And one of those messages was from one of your biggest fans, Jack Nicklaus, referencing the 1986 Masters. How about that?
How about that?
I think I might have to start talking here if we have more of this stuff, huh? We'll get more Twitter to tell me to stop talking. So start talking, Vern.
Oh, boy. This is tougher than I thought it would be. Appleby. Reuben Foster. Fourth down. So Jack Nicklaus has a Twitter account.
Yeah, it's You ready to start doing that when you're done?
Nope.
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 You're done with that, right?
Yeah. I never started it. No, I'm done with it. Johnny Townsend on to punt. Trayvon Diggs. Flag. Oh. Right side. Bo Scarborough.
Bo Scarborough, who early in his career, so much was thought of him potential-wise, struggled through injuries, and then struggled to find playing time to kind of mesh in the new Lane Kiffin offense. But you can see what an important weapon he is as a change of pace back.
Here comes Jalen Hurts. Final 45 seconds, third quarter. Hurts.
It can't be more than the third called run play for the quarterback in this game. When I was watching Florida practice, it was goal number 1 to keep that quarterback Jalen Hurts in the pocket and force him to beat him throwing the football.
Well, he's run 6 times for -8 yard. Of course, in college football, they still subtract sacks off the running game. I thought I'd get that rule changed before I retired.
No,
I guess
you're going to have to
not going to happen.
lobby from afar.
Yeah. Why do they keep sacks if they don't take it off the passing yards? I've never understood. Among other things, I've never understood. That's the end of 3. Our score 40-16. Tide rolling, as we said. We'll return to Atlanta right after this message and a word from your local station. Florida did score first, but the decisive drive, I think, well, a 4-play goal line stand defensively by Alabama, after which they went 98 yards to increase the lead to 40-16. We begin the fourth. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Allie LaForce. Damian Harris gets out of the tackle and moves it all the way down to the 32-yard line.
Damian Harris, another 5-star recruit, came here to play a little different offense than the one he's played, but you can see his skills. He's as good at one cut back as we have in college football.
Quick flip, Ardarius Stewart. And he is knocked out of bounds. Whoa. Jared Davis, number 40. In a collision. Stewart's chatting with Jared Davis. Stewart has only played in 9 games this year.
I think Jared Davis was just a little bit off balance at the end of that play. No harm, no foul there at the end.
Joshua Jacobs now in. Think about this, Gary. You've got a freshman at quarterback, now a freshman at running back. Scarborough's only a sophomore, and Harris is a sophomore. Hurts. Brought him down. Chauncey Gardner.
And of course, on the offensive line, you know, Jonah Williams has played the whole year with 2 freshmen right tackle. And right now, as Alabama does this drive, I got to believe Nick Saban thinking if we can score here, get this thing under 7 minutes, we may just get some other players on the field.
3rd and 4, 40-16. Right side. Joshua Jacobs, 2, 3, 4 flags down. Another flag.
Oh, yeah. Turn him upside down. That's going to be called at the end of this play. I don't know if there was a prior penalty or not, but the last one was on Florida. So Brian grabs the face mask, and then on top of it, he slams him.
Oh, boy.
Man, he threw him down straight. He didn't slam him on his head. But you can't pick him up and slam him like that. They're going to call that every time. Might get both, but it's going to be half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
During the play, personal foul, face mask on the defense, 93. That penalty is canceled. During the play, unnecessary roughness, number 93. That player is a flagrant foul rejected, number 93. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 13. Both penalties will be assessed. That is number 13's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game. First down.
You know what?
It
You don't
really,
like it?
it's not logical, okay? 2 penalties happened live, 1 penalty happened dead, and nothing happens. It's just not logical. They're going to have to look at this rule. They're going to march off. They're all on Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the last one was on. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't
I thought it
Robinson.
was on Cam. It was on Dave McMillian.
Yes.
Oh, I thought Cam Robinson got one. All on Florida. So they go to half the distance 3 times. You go half the distance once, half the distance twice, 2 times.
And Taven Bryan
out of the
ejected.
game.
Yeah.
I thought they called it on Cam Robinson. And that's what McElwain says.
Well, first and goal after that tumult. Diggs, Scarborough. Down short of the goal line. Scarborough with a carry. That's his 10th for 90 yards.
Spins right off McMillan's tackle and gets it pretty darn close.
Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. This is the elephant package for Alabama. So you've got Henskis and Robinson to the left. The 2 huge guys. That's Jonathan Allen moving. Scarborough.
Oh, my goodness. The hole was so wide that Deron Payne fit through with a lot of space, and he delivered, too. Watch how much space the offensive line creates up front. Pierce Baker, and look at Deron Payne take on that block and level him. Cam Robinson and Pierce Baker open up a wide hole.
You could have walked an elephant through there.
Absolutely.
Yes, that was the essence of efficiency.
How would you like to have been David Reese on that
Exactly.
play? That inside linebacker, number 33, and watch that 340-pound guy coming at you.
Gary,
Big 94.
yeah.
Watch this. Boom!
To your point about establishing the run, as they say,
Sure have.
15-play drive, 14 runs. Oh, how great. I've been asked a lot, Gary, about the final season.
Right.
The everlasting emotion I'm going to take with this.
Well,
It's a great warmth.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know, it's the on-plan stuff. It would be amazing if they could travel with us in and out of these places. You at the end, you were almost like the Pope. I mean, literally. Could you feel that love?
Yeah, I could.
It was incredible.
Appleby now has thrown 37 times.
And it's Ohio State is a special football team.
Yes.
And they've got a great resume. But they did not win the championship,
Exactly.
and Penn State beat them. So let's see how the committee is going to play this, because they are giving a huge precedent to college football, saying that we will leapfrog one of our champions.
in the left, incomplete. Jordan Cronkite. Well, the commissioner of the Big Ten, this is his quote, his statement earlier. I was a campaign manager 4 years ago for the 4 best conference champions. We lost that election. What we decided on was the 4 best teams, which I'm fine with. I myself think Alabama's done enough. Whether they have a conference championship, they will. Ohio State has done enough. What we have right now are 2 slots available. Appleby down. Jonathan Allen and Tim Williams, 2 of the serious defensive stars for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, I haven't said his name too much tonight. You know, he's been taking on a lot of blocks, freeing up for those linebackers, but that time he showed you the greatness that he showed us all year. Just for the Ohio State fans to settle down just a little bit, if any are watching. Now remember, Ohio State knocked off this Alabama team 2 years ago. And of course the Florida fans, don't they have a coach named Urban Meyer?
I've heard that.
That might tilt it a bit.
Are you suggesting?
We're going inside the polls here.
Oh, goodness. Hello. Jonathan Allen.
Oh, the stars are starting to shine.
He is a sure thing first teamer All-American that you will ever find.
Well, there was talk about whether he or Myles Garrett would be the first player taken by my Cleveland Browns. Either would be a good pick, to tell you the truth. But
I'm really proud of you.
Well,
that is taking ownership.
Well, I loved playing for him, too.
I know you did. Johnny Townsend on the punt on 4th and 31. Line drive. Diggs at the 44.
Oh, wow. How nice of a move was that?
Still up. What a cut. All the way down to the 20-yard line. Chris Thompson was first there.
As you say, small mistakes against Alabama pay big dividends because they take advantage of everything. As Vern said, low punt means a big return.
And the quarterback is Cooper Bateman. For the year, he won't be throwing it here, I would not think. 12 of 14. And they hand it off to Derek Gore. There's Jalen Hurts. He will lead his team to the SEC championship. And again, he was not the starter for the USC game. That was Blake Barnett. Hurts came in. Look at his demeanor. I mean, he's just the essence of calmness.
You have to believe, though, the way that he handled spring football and all fall, that the Alabama staff wanted him to be the quarterback, but felt it was better to go to Barnett to start the season and bring him off the bench, as we showed before. He fumbled the first play.
Right. That was against USC in Arlington. Here's Gore again. And the clock now shows 5:25.
So it is going to be interesting, though, Vern. I mean, you're going to have a Big Ten champion, Wisconsin, who, by the way, has a lot of things to talk about, whether they should be in the Final Four. Played a tremendously tough crossover. They played both Michigan and Ohio State, played them tough. Overtime loss, beat LSU. But that Penn State win against Ohio State, that should complicate the matters. When that committee, just imagine Barry Alvarez in that room.
Oh, boy.
What will he be saying?
On second down, it's Gore again. All right, Garrett, let me tee you up.
I get in so much trouble with this
stuff.
stuff.
Look at the headline.
But make college football great again. I just thought this up. You think that could work?
Yeah, right. I'm believing that.
The 4 champions, I believe, should win. We thought Alabama had cemented, even if they lost. Obviously, they didn't. The question is, if Clemson loses, obviously Ohio State is in. But if they all win,
right,
Is Ohio State in? Are they automatically in? Are they in now before the game tonight? Because at number 2, most all of the talking heads are saying they're already in.
Gore again. Oh, there you are. Derek Gore.
And the whole team will be excited about that. The 5th string running back with the 2nd string offensive line pushing it in for a rushing touchdown.
Don't forget, he also blocked a punt tonight.
Yes, he did.
Good for him.
Again, that Florida defense, it's just tough. Tough to finish a game like this. So much pride coming in, and they know the score, and they're just ready to get on to 217.
Here's Andy Papanastos. He backs up Pinheiro, and look at the congratulations for Derek Gore. And the sadness for the Gators. Oof stuff. I had so hoped that NCIS Steamboat Springs would have made the air before I retired, but I guess it's just not to be.
You could go over to the set if you wanted to, right? That would have been great.
Absolutely. Right on Lincoln Avenue. I mean, it would have been great. Not to be. 54-16. 3:48 remaining. J.K. Scott will kick off. And that will be returned from the 1. Chris Thompson. Whoop, tripped up. 3rd down 2. Final 35 seconds of the 25th SEC championship game. And the Alabama Crimson Tide are going to take a 5-4 lead in this head-to-head. Look at Nick pumping his fist. He is really, really happy with this one. And here's his former offensive coordinator, Jim McElwain. That's a nice moment. Let's go down to Allie, who is with Nick Saban.
Coach, congratulations on your 3rd straight SEC championship title. What a well-rounded effort it was today with 6 different players scoring. How impressed were you with the full team effort?
Well, it sure was, and I was really proud of the way our guys came out in the second half and played. We didn't start out very well, but this is a great win for our team. These players really deserve this. Going undefeated this year, I was a little concerned going into the game how we would come out here and play, but I was really pleased and proud of the way they competed in the game. Florida's got a good team. They got a little wore down in the game, but Jim's doing a great job there. But I'm so proud of our guys. I'm proud for our fans, and it's always something special to win the SEC.
Thank you, Coach. Enjoy it.
All right, thank you.
Watch Nick as the final gun sounded and he entered the field. Yeah, it matters.
Yep, a little bit of a salute to his team, a little bit of a salute to the fans, and the understanding that he put a lot of work into it, and it came out exactly the way he wanted it.
So for all of our crew here in the booth, David Moulton, Chuck Gardner, Butch Baird, our stage manager, Amanda Stork, and the final score, 54-16. Next week, Army versus Navy. We will all be in Baltimore for that game. Final score once again, 54-16. Nice job, Lane Kiffin. For Allie the Force, Gary Danielson, our entire 70-person crew. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages.